one way of thinking about the long crisis that we're in, that set in the 1970s and 80s, is that those emancipatory subjects that Marx imagined as having immanent within their experience of domination a vision of a possible freedom were too few in the global north. The miners and the car workers and young unemployed black men and women in inner cities were too few, and gay people being beaten up by the police, to constitute a collective subject that could claim hegemony in a society like Britain. And where they might have been in the majority in the global south, they were not strong enough in the face of global northern power, because the upper sections of that working class who bought their own council houses under Thatcher, and then sold them and moved to the suburbs, and then bought shares when Telsid was privatising infrastructure. The upper sections of that working class, the lower sections of the middle class, who were in alliance with the working class in the great 1951 election in Britain, where the Labour Party lost but got more votes than ever before because it won so many votes from salaried professional workers. Thatcher was able to break that coalition.
Well, don't make it so much a matter of sociology merely. It's a deliberate, I mean, this is brilliant to Stuart Hall's analysis of Thatcherism, right? This is a deliberate project. Hegemony doesn't just consist of offering people treats and telling them good stories. It consists in breaking your enemies. And I don't think I would start by saying that coalition of working class power was weak. I would say it was very, very strong.
Right.
So strong that it necessitated a rearrangement of conservative politics, a whole bunch of really rather weird alliances in the US case between neoliberalism and outright neoconservatism. Evangelical right-wing politics end up in bed around Bill Clinton in the 1990s, things that don't go. Like Tony Blair is a bizarre phenomenon, of this kind of movement, a kind of conservative neo-theological politics in alignment with Keynesian managerialism. A whole variety of rather forced coalitions are necessary to block and stop. I'm not saying there was a revolution in the offing, but there was more movement, there was more scope for movement, and there was more countervailing power than at any point in the West since the immediate aftermath of World War II and the immediate aftermath of World War I. Right? So I think there were those three great moments. And in each case, the story, I think, shouldn't be that Keynesianism or, Arthur Scargill's vision of the British Labour movement just sort of died a natural death and then neoliberalism took over. No, they were fought down. They were broken. They were victimized. Not victim. That makes them too passive as well. They were the object of class struggle.